like the speed of sound. We can keep on the ground.
What's good, YouTube? EasyNow1337 aka Snow here today with a SSJ4 Goku Emblem, and I'm just going to jump straight into it. Firstly, what you want to do, go to layer 10 and select the podium. We're going to start from layer 10 and you'll see why in a bit. So what you want to do is make this smaller, change the color to this skin color here. You can choose any skin color you want for Goku, but this is a preset one that I'm using just to make things quicker. Take it and make it smaller. Now what you want to do is right up here in the grids, you want to go 3 across, so 1, 2, 3 to that line and come down 1.5 there. So you want to place it about there. What you want to do is turn it slightly and just skew it down and to the right a little bit until you get it to about here. Perfect. Duplicate that layer, flip it, and for now just leave it on the other side. Next you want to go and grab a funny looking thing, the bone, change it to the same skin color, flip it, make it smaller and stretch it out. Now you want this to join onto the head and come down underneath the halfway line and halfway into the first grid box and 1 across from the right. So if you look at the grid box here, this is the back where the bottom left of the bone is, that's bang in the middle. So you want to go 1 across and about halfway in and connect it to the forehead at the top, like so. Next you want to go in and grab oven mitts and change it to the same skin color. Now you want to just skew this down to the right, but you want to make it a lot bigger, so you want to make it so it covers the top, like the top right bit that's covered, but leaving a little triangle there on the left. Now this is going to act as Goku's face. Don't worry, you're going to cover that triangle up just by going in and grabbing a triangle or anything that can cover it, to be honest. Yeah, I'm going to go in and grab this triangle, and there you go, that is the shape of Goku's face. So what you want to do now is go back down to layer 3 and we're going to grab a gold flag. Now we're going to work on the hair, so grab it and all we're going to do is just make it bigger so that this one here goes just into where the side of the head curves in. You can see right there where I'm putting it. Duplicate that layer, make it smaller and turn it around, and we're going to have this one going downwards with the face, as to say. Next, duplicate it again, and we're going to have one down this side as well, pointing down. We want this to be a bit thicker than the one up the top, like so. Duplicate it again and turn it to the side, have it pointing off to the side, just like so. Mess around with this until you get it perfect, but what we're going to do now is we're going to go to layer 5, duplicate it, change it grey, move it down below layer 7, make it smaller and skew it down and to the right, and just place it to the left hand side of the hair. It's going to act like it's a highlight for the hairs. You'll see when it's completely done what it looks like. Duplicate layer 7, do the same thing, change it to grey, make it smaller, skew it down to the right, like so. And layer 4, duplicate that to layer 9, change that grey. Don't know why I went that way for. Make it smaller, down and to the right when you skew it, and just place it round about there. Now I'm just going to turn that face a little bit so it's not got such a pointy chin. Like so, and like so. So there we go, that is pretty much Goku's hair and stuff done. Before we go and do his facial features, go back down to layer 1 and layer 2. Take this hair piece here, make it this red first, turn it around and just place it about there. Duplicate it, change it to the lighter red and just move it down a little bit, like so. You can skew it any way you want, up and to the left, it doesn't matter. Same with that one as well. That's just going to act as like his shoulder and his hair that comes off on the side. Now Jump up to layer 15 and we're going to work on the nose and the eyebrows and stuff, which can be a bit awkward, but you will see where I'm going with it. What you want to do first, grab a triangle, make it smaller and skew it up and to the left so that the left hand side of the nose is longer than the bottom, if that makes sense. Change it black, duplicate that layer, make it the same skin colour, and just move it slightly off to the side, like so. Next you want to jump in and grab this tongue here, change it, outline it by pressing start on it, make it smaller, change it to black. Now you're going to skew it by going up and to the left. What you want it to be like is about there. Now you can fix the nose up, and let me just move that out of the way for a second. If you outline the black triangle for the nose, you can sort of put it in place. Perfect. Now take this one back. Actually, let's just delete that. Duplicate that layer, change it to the skin color, and move it across slightly. And there we go, there's Goku's nose. Next you want to grab these things, change them black, make them smaller, but you want to skew it by going down and to the right so they're shorter and thicker. You'll see why I'm doing this in a second. Duplicate it and put one next to the other one, just at the top of the nose. Now duplicate these again. What you're going to do is change it to the skin colour, make it smaller so it's got a full outline around it, but then skew it and go up and to the left, but also move it up slightly as well. And you're going to see why in a second. Let me just do the same with this one. Change it to the skin colour, make it smaller, skew it up and to the left, and move it upwards. So now you can see it does like the bridge of his nose, where he gets those two lumps between his nose, but there's an outline on the sides and at the bottom, but nothing on top. And that is the reason why we want to do it that way. Jump in and grab this thing. I think it's this one. Or was it this one? It's one of these, so let me just mess around with it and find out. Yeah, it's this one. So take this shape and skew it down and to the right. Move it below these things here. Like so. Duplicate that layer, flip it, turn it, put it on the other side of the head, and move it below the little bridge nose things as well. We're almost done now. What we want to do is go in and grab this square looking thing, change it to the darkest red, make it smaller, skew it down and to the right, and we're going to also tilt it a little bit like so. Move this down below the nose, so duplicate it, change it white, make it smaller. Now this one you don't have to move down below the nose, just make sure it looks pretty decent. There we go. Take semicircle, change it black, make it smaller, and I'm going to skew this down and to the right a little bit, like so. Duplicate it, make it yellow, make that smaller, and duplicate that, make it black and make that smaller. So we've just done the eye there like so. Next you want to go and grab that again, change it to that same red, and we're going to just fill in the other eye over here. Now as long as this, just put it about there, but make sure it's thin enough so that you wouldn't see the white part of the eye, and then we're going to move this down below the actual eyebrow like so. And then layer 30, we're going to grab a curved line, make it black, make it smaller, flip it around so it's like a sad face, then we're going to skew it down and to the right. I'm just going to make it small enough to just go there, duplicate that layer, turn it around back to its normal shape, and just place it just underneath the eye to the side of the nose, duplicate it again and do it on the opposite side as well, but move this one down below the nose, And there we go. Now his face is looking a bit sharp, so I'm just gonna make that a bit smaller. It's just about messing around with it, getting it looking nice. And just take the mouth area, move it down a bit, slightly bit bigger. I think, to be honest, I've made the features too high up, so if you just take all the features and move them down a little bit and give him a bigger forehead, it will look absolutely perfect. That is what I'm going to do now. Just bear with me a second while I mess around. Down to there, move that down a bit. Move that down a bit. There's like a little bomb between his eyebrows. There you go, it's already looking a bit better. Let me just move the white of the eye down a bit. Like so, and there you go, that's Goku done, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Please just fiddle around with it till you get it looking absolutely perfect, like in my original thumbnail. It actually took me probably about 2 hours to get everything absolutely bang on, smack perfect how I want it to look. And this is like a 10-minute rebuild, so please take your time with it. Use the shapes I've used to get the face shape, but just really tweak it until you get an emblem you like specifically. This is probably one of my proudest emblems that I've made, because it was difficult to create in the first place. So I hope you guys like it as well. Please like or favourite if you did. Please comment. Please use it. That's me done for today though, guys. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all of you. Peace out. Take care.
Whoa.